Your clothes are actually worse now. When was the last time you picked up a pair of clothing that you own and examined it closely? And I mean, really looked at it. I recently came across an article titled "Your Stuff is Actually Worse Now" by Izzy Ramirez. And this article re-sparked an inner dialogue that I've been having with myself about the quote-unquote quality of clothing in the fashion industry. So, for today's video, we're going to attempt to answer two questions. One, why does it seem like clothing made today is worse now? And two, how can you take care of your clothes so that they last longer and you save more money in the process? If you're new here, my name is Drew. What it do? Let's talk fashion. I can't be the only one who at different moments in my life has had these sort of thoughts. Is the world taking steps forward in some aspects, or are we taking steps backwards in other aspects? Now, obviously with AI, nanotechnology, self-driving cars, quantum computing all on the horizon, it surely seems like scientific and technological improvements are happening every single day. But when it comes to fashion, there seems to be a growing sentiment that the clothes made in the eras previous to the one we're currently living in, those clothes are much better made than the clothes made today. Why is this?
Why?
Referencing the article, Izzy Ramirez had one of her favorite bras break. She owned this version of the bra for 10 years, and as a logical person would, she went online and purchased the exact same bra from the exact same company. To her dismay, the newer bra broke in a matter of a few weeks after a couple of washes. The previous version lasted 10 years, the newer version lasted only a few weeks. What the is up with that? We've all had items of clothing, whether it be fast fashion or luxury items, that just don't meet the quality standards that we would have liked to see from the brands that we buy from. Here are a few reasons why the quality of the clothing made today might be worse than what it was in a previous era. For starters, in the modern age, we consume a lot of stuff. And I mean a lot of stuff in comparison to the generations that came before us, which also means that manufacturers have to keep up with that demand, so they're producing more stuff than ever before. This is where some of the issues lie. And in fashion, making it faster often entails having to cut some corners, whether that be the use of cheaper materials, the use of cheap labor or unskilled labor, or the lack of quality control in these different manufacturing facilities. Another factor Ramirez noted in the article was the bra she bought 10 years ago was around the same price as the bra she bought in 2022. If you know anything about economics, then you know that the price of goods always increases over time. That's why things cost much more in 2022 than they did in 1922. So in order for you to buy something at the same price as it was 10 years ago as it is today, that means that there's definitely some price cutting happening somewhere in the manufacturing pipeline of this product. Whether that be the use of less expensive, lower quality materials, a cheaper manufacturing process, or snuffing on workers' wages and pay. In capitalism, profits trump all. And with increased consumerism in the modern age, some brand strategies include planned obsolescence as a part of their product offering. Planned obsolescence means that you, the consumer, are always consuming more and more products, raking in more and more profit for these businesses. Now, there are a ton of brands that devote a ton of resources to the manufacturing of their products, and they do a good job at that. Let's get a word in for today's sponsor, Squarespace. Are you interested in making your very own website for a brand or creative project? Squarespace offers a comprehensive amount of features to make the website that you've always dreamed of. If you want to sell your products direct to consumer, or if you just want to display your body of work, Squarespace makes it easy to do that and more. Currently, I'm using my Squarespace website as a hub for all of my content and all of my social media platforms. And if you need a design to help nudge you into creating your first website, this is your sign. Visit squarespace.com/DrewJoyner for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. And in the example of Izzy Ramirez, it's even more annoying when your clothes that are new break down on you. The reason why most clothes wear down quickly is due to some kind of repeated stress that you're putting on the fibers of the clothing. If you're wearing pant sizes that are too small, or you have a rotund figure, there's no shame in that, by the way. Proper sizing can make a world of difference. And proper sizing in fashion is all about knowing your measurements. For men, it's important to know your chest length, waist, inseam, and sleeve. And for women, it's important to know your bust, hips, inseam, and sleeve length. Trust me on this. Having the proper sizing when it comes to the clothing that you own is a night and day difference. And understanding your body dimensions, no matter how curvy or streamlined your figure is, will improve your style. Another stressor to your clothing is the washing machine and the dryer. This may sound a little counterintuitive, but I'm serious when I say this. Wash your best clothing as little as possible. It, 1, saves either you or your parents on the water bill, and 2, puts less stress on the fibers that make up a particular garment. Now, I already know what somebody's typing in the comments right now.
But Drew, that's gross. I have to wash my clothing. Drew, you're nasty for not washing your clothes.
Let me stop you. I'm not advocating for you to go around with dirty clothing or clothing that smells bad. This recommendation truly comes from a sincere place. And I think for a lot of us, we probably overwash the clothing that we use. For example, when I was a kid, I would wear something for like an hour, and then if I wanted to wear something new or I had a different outfit that I needed to put on, I would throw the previous item of clothing that I had only worn for an hour or two into my dirty clothes, and it would be washed, when in reality it probably didn't need to be washed after only an hour's worth of wear. Now, I get for some people not washing your clothes is just not an option, and I totally understand, especially if you're living in a city that's a big metropolitan city. You're out in New York, you're on the subway, you're in London, you're on the tube, or you're in Amsterdam and you're biking around, or whatever you may be doing in the different regions of the world that you're currently watching this from. I get it. Sometimes your clothes get dirty and you have to wash them. And if you must wash your clothes, use this combination. Hand wash them and air dry them, especially if it's the clothes that you care the absolute most about. Most clothing comes with a care tag and care instructions. Some of them even tell you that you shouldn't wash them at all. If they're really nice pieces, just take them to a dry cleaner. But for the most part, you're gonna wanna hand wash your best clothes and let them air dry. And for the sake of clarity, for items like crew necks and other things that I just wear all the time around the house, I take these kind of things, I wear them for a few days, maybe a couple weeks on end, chuck them in the washing machine, dry them, and there's no issues whatsoever. I'm mostly talking about the items of clothing that you care just the very most about. And by hand washing and air drying your clothes, you avoid a lot of the shrinkage that clothes are prone to in this process of always washing and always drying them. Okay, so there are probably still some of you who have other obligations besides just sitting at home and washing your clothes. You got things to do, you got jobs to go to, you got people to see, you got life to live besides just washing your clothes by hand. I get it. For those of you who don't see hand washing as a feasible solution for the maintenance of your clothes, throw them in the washing machine. It'll be okay. And if the washing machine you're using has different settings that allow for softer or more delicate fabrics, use that setting. And when you take them out of the washing machine, this may be more important than throwing them in the wash. The dryer seems to be the #1 culprit for the most stress put on a particular garment. So if you can, air dry them. If it's something you really care about, just air dry them. You'll avoid shrinkage. You'll also save on the energy bill a bit. And you can be like me and look at your clothes drying while you're doing something else, like making a YouTube video. The last solution I'll give is to try to fix your clothing before you go out and buy a new version. The first girl you kissed was in that hoodie in the movie theater that was around the corner, and you just tore a hole in that exact hoodie. It has way too much sentimental value for you to just go back and buy a new one, right? Or if that isn't really your cup of tea, then find a babushka or go to your local tailor and have them sew it up for you. Are your clothes actually worse now? Kinda. But there are things you can do to help improve the longevity of the clothing in your closet. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on the title of this video, and as always, I'm spreading peace, love, and positivity in 2023. So that means I'm spreading peace, love, and positivity to you from me. Wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful rest of your day. Abianto. Peace. Man, what is good post vid? Hope you guys are having a good day today. Here's a fist bump for the one time bop. Thanks so much for staying to the end of the video. Sometimes, I don't know why, this video took a lot to make. Like, I kept making mistakes over and over and over again. And even right now, I feel like I'm not talking properly, but I probably am to you guys, but whatever. What do you guys think of the new background? I added some different things to the mix. We have the plaque right there. I don't know why it's still in plastic. Maybe for the post vid, I'll unplastic it for you real quick. This is the 1000 YouTube plaque. I don't really. Let's just take this out. Only for the post vid, man. Put it back where it belongs. Boom. There it goes. It's beautiful. We got some new foliage over here. We got a new microphone. This is actually, I've had this microphone for quite some time now. I just have not unboxed it and used it. Let me know if the audio quality is better or worse or whatever you think. It's the next version of the Blue Yeti microphone. So yeah, let me know post vid. Comment down below, hashtag PVV, what you think of the background. And then it was brought to my attention that on TikTok, there was this little trend going on about essentially like someone having a crush on someone else based on their outfits, and one of my outfits was featured. And
I'm definitely a munch. I'm just letting you know. I'm definitely a munch.
Someone else's video. I can't remember her name. Lola, I think her name was. And someone commented the post vid's about to go crazy. So I thought I'd show the video. And if you've seen this video on TikTok, or if you know about my TikTok post vid, always comment hashtag PVV across all the socials. No matter what social it is, comment hashtag PVV so I know we out there. I know we strong. But thanks for staying to the end of the video post vid. Hopefully you guys are having a good day, good week, and we'll see you guys in the next week's video. Peace.